Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new Eureka release, and it is a double bill of films, both of which star Shinichi Chiba, also known as Sonny Chiba, who I've seen in 11 films before, with the likes of the Street Fighter trilogy, The Fall of Ico Castle, and The Bullet Train being other films from him that I've enjoyed. But I've really enjoyed this double set as well of the Yakuza Wolf 1 and 2 films. So yeah, the first film it was also called Yakuza Wolf I Perform Murder, released in 1972, directed by Ryuichi Takamori, who I've not seen anything else from before. But this clock's in 89 minutes long, and it's about a mysterious black-clad killer with a personal vendetta against the Yakuza, well, against the Yakuza who manipulates two rival clans in order to draw out his targets, leading to a climactic, bloody shootout. So, yeah, this is a dark, moody, atmospheric, and violent effort that has a great lead performance from Chiba, and the pacing is reasonably on point. There is also a solid supporting cast. It is well shot. The action scenes are well done. The spaghetti western tinged score is really good. It is engrossing throughout, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. So, yeah, really, really good effort, to be honest. It's not righteously entertaining or anything like that, because, like I said, it is quite dark, extremely violent, got some dark elements to it in terms of what happens to certain characters and such. But yeah, it's really, really good, and I do like the fact that it has a little bit of a different flavour of tone to it. Like I said, there are spaghetti western elements to it. So yeah, that's really, really rather good. And then we have Yakuza Wolf 2, also known as Yakuza Wolf Extend My Condolences. You'll also realise that the kind of additional title to these also sound like something from a spaghetti western. You look at sort of the Sartana series that had really rather good titles to them, and that's the kind of thing that's going on with these. This is directed by Buichi Saito, so not seen anything else from him either. Clock's in at 85 minutes long, so it's a little shorter than the previous one. And a criminal is betrayed and sent to prison. After serving his time, he wages war on the Yakuza, eventually raiding the mansion of the crime boss who turned on him. Now, this is a very loose sequel to the prior Yakuza Wolf film, as it only really is a sequel in name only, given none of the characters return for this film. But this does exist in the same kind of violent crime world. It would have been easy though for this to emulate the prior film entirely, but this generally goes for a much different tone while being lighter on its feet and more action packed. However, that is not to say that this has zero effective dark moments, as it does, and it certainly isn't trying to go for comedy or anything like that. But but the darker moments are generally confined to the second half. That said, it is still violent, has good characterization. The pacing is on point, probably a little bit more so than the previous film. The final action scene is truly excellent. You can certainly see some kind of influence that it might well have given towards John Woo. You look at the likes of Hard Boiled with its, I think that's the one with the hospital shootout scene. It's not quite as violent or as expansive or as long as that scene is, but it definitely comes across as something like that. It's engrossing throughout. The character interactions are enjoyable, and it is well shot. So yeah, I can get on board with this one, the second one, a little bit more, but just because I think the characters are a little bit more enjoyable to watch. He gets together these four other people to help him fight the Yakuza, and yeah, that kind of like team kind of bonding kind of thing does certainly help it make it an engrossing effort. But they both are great in their own right, and I really like the fact that they've gone for different kind of ways of doing this kind of film. So yeah, both get 4 out of 5 for me. To be honest, I know some people are a little bit down on the second film, and I can see why. Because if you really, really enjoyed the first film, you'd want more of the same, basically. Especially if it's called another Yakuza Wolf film. But I'm open-minded to some degree when it comes to whether or not a sequel is going to be retreading the same ground or not, and whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I like the fact that it went for something a little bit different, while still existing in the same world that still has really rather quite a lot of violence and extremely violent consequences. So yeah, double discer on this one. So each film gets its own disc, which is always nice to see. So there's the first film, and there's the second. So yeah, we also get artwork. So there's the first film's artwork. And then I'll just get the second film's artwork out. There we go. I'm not sure which one I prefer, to be honest. Maybe the second one, just because it's a little less busy. But then that does have the cool writing and the angle and whatnot. So I guess it's depends on what you like or you don't like. And we also get a booklet with this as well, with a couple of shots from the film on either side. And then inside we get your cast and your crew for both films. And then we get Wolf in Sheep's Leather by Tom Mez. And then we get Bullets and Blades, Macaroni, Westerns, and Samurai Cinema by Howard Hughes. And then we get viewer notes, special notes, Blu-ray credits, as well as the shots from the film throughout the booklet. So, yeah, nice little booklet there. And in terms of extras on the disc, well, or discs, should I say, we get 1080p presentations of both films from new restorations of the original film elements by Toei. We get optional English subtitles, brand new feature-length audio commentaries on both films by Mike Leader and Arnie Venema. And then we get Lone Wolves, Yimbo, Django, and Yakuza Wolf. Brand new featurette by Howard Hughes looking at the spaghetti western influences on Yakuza Wolf and the broader influence that Japanese cinema had on the western genre. And then we get the original theatrical trailers for both films as well. So, yeah, a nice little set here. Not my favourite double feature set that we've had before from Eureka. But I also haven't bothered with the Bodyguard Kaiba double set that also stars Shinichi Chiba, just because I didn't hear as good a things about both of those films. A little bit more negative on the second film than the first film, but either film didn't seem particularly great from what I was hearing. So I'll probably rent those at some point. But I am on the whole trying to pare down how much I actually buy, just because space is at a premium, money's at a premium, and yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not just buying everything for everything's sake as it is. So yeah, obviously I did buy a lot from Eureka last year. I think I bought pretty much everything from them that last year. I think the only one I didn't buy was an early 70s kung fu film that completely slips my mind now. But yeah, for the most part I did buy everything from them. So yeah, this year is going to be a little bit different in that regard. Same with Radiance Films. Obviously, I got most from them because I had the half-year bundle, so everything from July to December I got from them as well, pretty much. So yeah, I'm not going to get everything from Eureka this year. I know they've done another film with Chuck Norris in it that I've just not fancied because, again, I've not heard great things from. But yeah, these two films are really, really good. Highly recommend them, especially if you are into Yakuza films. You like your Battles Without Honor and Humanity, or Doberman Cop and stuff like that, or Violent Streets. Those are the kind of films that this reminds me of in some regards, but they're different enough to be good in their own right, and different enough from each other as well to be good in their own right as well. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen either of these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.